Welcome to the Be Friend course. Today, I'm going to share a powerful secret that will help you get better at talking to people. If you've ever felt awkward or nervous in conversations, don't worry, you're not alone. The good news? You can improve your social skills just like any other skill. So, let's dive in. You're not born shy, you just need more practice. First, let's clear up a big misconception. No one is born socially awkward. As humans, we are naturally social creatures. If you've ever seen a baby in a room full of people, you'll notice that they eventually pick up language without anyone formally teaching them. They don't need someone to point at a cat and spell out CAT. They simply observe, listen, and learn. Why? Because the human brain is amazing at recognizing patterns and rules. And guess what? Social interactions are just a set of patterns and rules, too. So, if you struggle with talking to people, it's not because you're broken or incapable. It's simply because you haven't given your brain enough time to observe and learn these patterns. In short, you just need more practice. Why social skills are declining. Think about how we communicate today. A huge part of our interactions happens behind screens, text messages, social media, and emojis. Unlike real life conversations, these digital interactions don't require much skill. You don't need to maintain eye contact, read body language, or adjust your tone of voice. Decades ago, people spent much more time talking face to face, but today, many of us grow up relying on smartphones for communication. It's no surprise that we struggle with in-person conversations. We haven't been giving our brains enough opportunities to practice this language of real-life social interaction. The solution? Exposure and practice. So how do you get better at talking to people? The answer is simple. More real-life practice. You need to give your brain more chances to observe and learn social patterns. When I was 18, I decided to take on a challenge that completely transformed my social skills. It was called the 100 Interaction Challenge. The idea is simple. Within 1 month, you aim to interact with 100 different people. These interactions don't need to be deep or long. Even something as small as saying hi or asking for directions counts. The goal is to get comfortable talking to new people regularly. Most of my interactions during this challenge involved approaching strangers and asking for directions, pretending my phone had died so I had an excuse to ask. At first, it felt awkward, but over time, I got better. I started having longer conversations, and before I knew it, my social confidence had skyrocketed. The magic of repetition. Here's an analogy to help you understand why practice is so important. Learning to talk to people is like learning to ride a bike. Watching videos about social skills is helpful. Just like watching tutorials on how to ride a bike can be useful. But at the end of the day, you won't truly learn until you get on the bike and start pedaling. Yes, you'll wobble. Yes, you'll fall a few times. But the more you practice, the better you'll get. Soon enough, you won't have to think about balancing. It'll come naturally. The same applies to socializing. At first, you might have some awkward conversations, but with time, you'll figure out what works and what doesn't. Eventually, talking to people will feel effortless. How to start your own 100 interaction challenge. If you want to boost your social skills fast, I highly recommend trying this challenge. Here's how you can get started. 1. Set a goal. Commit to interacting with 100 people in 1 month. It sounds like a lot, but if you break it down, it's just 3 to 4 people per day. 2. Start small. You don't need deep conversations at first. A simple hello to a cashier or a quick question to a stranger counts. The confidence boost. You'll gain by the end of this challenge, you'll notice a huge change in yourself. You'll feel more comfortable starting conversations, making eye contact, and expressing yourself. Your brain will have picked up on all the little social patterns it needed, and talking to people will feel much more natural. Remember, confidence isn't something you're born with, it's something you build through experience. Every time you interact with someone new, you're training your brain to become more socially fluent. Final thoughts. If you've ever felt nervous about talking to people, now you know the solution. More exposure, more practice, and more real life interactions. Start small, keep going, and soon enough, you'll develop the social confidence you've always wanted. So go out there and start talking to people. The secret to great social skills isn't watching more videos or reading more tips, it's taking action. The more you practice, the easier it gets. Let's make this the year you become socially confident. You've got this.